Maybe better, eh?
T'as fait quel temps au dernier tour? 39?
39,7.
39,7 dernier tour?
Ah, pour mettre le petit écart.
Ouais, c'est vrai, il a terminé à...
Okay, so welcome to the MotoGP podium press conference here at the Grande Premio Tissa de Portugal, and we have back on the top step reigning champion Fabio Quartararo from Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP, and a French one too with Pramac Racing's Johann Zarco in second today, and it's an Aprilia back on the podium once again with Aleix Espargaro in third. Congratulations guys. Fabio, as ever, we'll start with you, the winner. Talk us through that race, because it was incredible dominance once you were past Johann, and after such a difficult weekend with the rain and then warm-up and dry race.
To be honest, was a part of Friday was I think my best weekend ever, because in the rain the first day we were P20, and straight in the morning we finished at less than 1/10 than the first. In FP4 with half and half condition with the rain tires, I managed to get into the top 5, and then with the slicks in qualifying, I managed to get really good laps. That is my worst conditions, let's say. And this morning, I felt so great on the pace, and managed to get really good pace. But I was super surprised to being that fast on the race. Like third lap, I was in 39.4. That for me is quite strange, because we had no time on track with the slicks, and straight away in 39s I was impressed, but I was so happy to manage to get that pace.
Well, that's kind of leading into my second question, because you've had a tougher season so far. We saw you celebrate that podium in Indonesia like it was a win. It was an incredible result for you, and in the wet. Here now you're back on top, not only on race day but also in the championship. How is that mentally managing the pressure compared to last season? We've seen you before go from the back of the Moto2 grid to the MotoGP podium. How are you finding the season and managing to keep that self-belief to put yourself back on top?
No, to be honest, in Argentina, apart of Indonesia that we had the pace to fight for the victory, Qatar was tough, because last year we won. We finished 9th, Austin 7th, and last year we finished 2nd. But I was riding really good. I have nothing to say about my riding style. But for sure you can always improve. But here is a track that I like. Was from my side a lot of grip. And the last corner is, let's say, is the sector that I managed to get really fast. Going into 15, I was super strong. Compared to Johann, I was much faster in this corner. And but for me, I ride like the previous races. I didn't make something new or something strange. So for me it was natural, but it's true that today I impressed myself quite a lot to make almost all the race in 39. And if I had the pressure for someone behind, for sure I could manage to get 39 all the race.
Yeah, we saw your lap times come up at the end of the race. It was pretty impressive. Congratulations. Great to see you back on top. And Johann, great to see you back on the podium as well, after a tougher race in Texas.
Oh, the rain. There is the rain.
Oh!
No, rain.
So had a red flag then in Moto2 as the rain seems to have started.
The red flag for the crash, but before raining and 3-lap riding.
Okay, if we can get back to the MotoGP press conference, hopefully everyone will be okay and we'll see some updates on there. So, Johann, after a more difficult Texas race for you, straight back here, much further forward, but also top Ducati as well today. You must be happy with that turnaround and with so little dry track time as well on the newer bike.
Pretty happy, clearly, because pole position yesterday made me a first step of happiness, and today the race was great. I've lost time on the start, but I could see that I was quite feeling good on the brake, so this made me a good confidence, and immediately I tried to catch back my lost position. So when I overtook Alex Marquez and then Jack Miller, I think was the key point of the race for me, because in third place I was feeling good behind Johann Mir, but not good enough to maybe think to catch Fabio. He was too strong, so it was better to stay behind Johann Mir and stay focused behind him, keep the concentration. And then when Jack Miller was coming back, I'm happy that I took the decision to take the second place, because then I knew that they had a crash together, so maybe I avoid a big accident in that way, being second. And I've been a little bit scared at the end also with Aleix Espargaro, because he is living a great moment of the career, so I know that he can be strong at the end, and I could manage enough energy to do an extra push on the last lap, and this was good enough to take the 20 points.
Well, they were hard-earned 20 points and a patiently earned 20 points as well, I think. But everyone said when we get back to Europe, we expect to see more of the truer picture of consistency between riders and teams. But this has been such a unique weekend with the weather. What do you expect from Jerez?
Sorry, because we are really impressed by the crash. We hope there is no one injured. It seems not, so that's the most important.
Yeah, all riders conscious is always the first thing they say when it's hopefully just a checkup to see what's going on.
No, it seems all okay, so that's the main thing. I would say I not agree that I understand when we think that Europe can be another start to really see who is strong or who can have more problem for the races. But this season, there are too many riders ready for the podium, and even me for this weekend, in this condition, I could not expect a strong race like this. So I'm part of this guy that hope to win, have the chance to win, or for sure be on the podium, and in that way, this will make the championship really tough for everyone. And but here, really, the one that really showed that he has the pace and he catch back his position of leader is Fabio, and he did it perfectly. So, but it's not really the image of a beginning of Europe. It's just because we are here in Portimao. He did an amazing race last year, and he could do it again now. So, me, I take this positive and try to still improve this feeling, because the Ducati is working well, but still sometimes hard to handle everything. So once we will, I say we, because the 8 riders, we are all counting for the Ducati, we will really manage well the potential. I think we can put more Ducatis on the top.
Well, congratulations for the podium and from pole. One off, perfect weekend, just pipped to it. So Aleix, we'll move on to you. Back on the podium again, another super fast weekend for you on the Aprilia. Does this prove for you that Texas was just a tougher round, and this is where you expect to be again now as we go forward? And how does it feel being back here?
Yeah, I mean, not every weekend will be like Argentina one, that's for sure. So we knew that, and America was a very tough weekend. But sincerely, when I arrived back home after America, analyzing everything, my race was not that bad. I mean, I was not far from, for example, Fabio, or 11 seconds from the winner. So it was, yeah, not a good race, but not a disaster. So
in 2006, that would have been like 5th.
Exactly, yeah. So you have to analyze everything calm and relax. And last year, I lose 1.5 seconds per lap. So this is just an example that the things were not that bad. And I knew that when we arrive in other circuits, I will be fast enough. I'm not saying to fight for the victory every weekend. Today, Fabio was extremely fast, especially the first part of the race. But I was very fast all over the weekend. On the wet, I make a big effort on FP3 to put the bike on top 10, then on the qualifying. So we are solid. We are fighting for the top every weekend, and this makes me very happy. Today has been difficult because the first part of the race, Alex Marquez hit me 3 or 4 times, and I lose a lot of time. And then when I had free track, I was able to catch the guys in front of me. I had very strong pace, so I'm very happy. I'm enjoying a lot with the bike. So yes, I'm satisfied, and again a lot of good points for the championship.
Well, with this incredible success, there'll soon come an extra challenge if it continues, which is Concessions. Is that something you're thinking about at all within the team, or is it simply you've made those improvements and now the bike is on such a level that you're competing on a level with the other factories and able to really go out there and show what you've got regardless of the concessions?
Yeah, I mean, maybe some engineers of Noale are a little bit more worried than me, but I never liked this from the beginning. I'm not stupid. I know that these concessions help us, for sure, but I don't like it at all. And I think that I proved that I'm riding in a very high level, but also the Aprilia GP is in a good level. If not, it's impossible to achieve the results. So from now on, I think we have a good base, and I hope that already in Jerez we can lose the concessions.
I like that perfect quote to sum that up. So congratulations, guys. That's it from me. See if we've got any questions from the floor.
Oh, that's
Paul from Motorsport, Alan Motorrad from Germany. A question to Fabio. So Fabio, you have mentioned that you were actually riding the same way like you did all the races, and you had some problems with the Yamaha the first couple of races. Is there any improvement that was on the bike, or was it now purely due to the layout of the track that you could suddenly dominate that?
Basically, I never said that the bike was not working. The bike is working on the way that if it's not working, you don't fight for this kind of position. But it's true that we are missing a lot of top speed. But in this track I was feeling not bad with the top speed, because in the last corner I was exiting super fast, and out of the hill I was trying to manage to get not a lot of wheelie, and I was super strong there. And I think that is the key point for me was the last sector, and yeah, let's say for me it was just the consequences that this track we felt much better, and that's it. But nothing really changed, let's say.
Hi guys, Thomas Beaujard from GP Mag in France. 2 questions for the French boys. This is the second time that you are 1-2 on the podium. Last time it was in Qatar. How does it feel? And the second question, you did that double on the day of the presidential election. Do you plan to ask the elected president for a bonus for representing France? Thank you very much.
I don't understand the last one. Was
Better.
I will not talk. First of all, I will not talk about politics. But how is it to share with Johann is special, because we are only 2 Frenchies on the grid, and is 2 Frenchies on the podium. So I think for France, for the sport in our country, the last years is increasing a lot, and I think is quite important, because few people know how fun, how many risks we take, but how much fun we have, and I think to watch is something amazing.
The second is Macron or Le Pen?
No, share the podium with Fabio overall when there is a French victory, and the second place is so good. And as I said, I'm happy to hear the French item, but it's always Fabio that makes sound this French item, and I'm just here to sing it. so that it's better than nothing. So that's a great moment, because as I said also last year, we have we have 10 years difference with Fabio. So see a French guy win is I have to make a step back, see the situation from high, and be happy for our country that we do not have, like the Spanish, many guys are at the top. And when it's a French victory, we have to enjoy it. So that's why when I'm second, I'm even more happy. When he's winning and I'm like maybe in 5th or 10th position, I'm happy for him, but so sad for me. But in that way, I cannot be sad because also if I just take today, he has been incredible for the pace immediately from the first lap. So that was, we have to accept sometimes when someone say, it's mine.
Merci.
And for politics, also I think it's better, don't speak, we will just follow the train like everyone does.
Frank Weying from Ziggo Sport Netherlands. I have a question for Fabio and for Johann. Fabio, for you, we saw that you were very emotional again on the podium. Was it because it had taken so long to finally get back that victory, or was it because the difficult time that you had, let's say, the first couple of races, if we look at the results? And my question to Johann is, Johann, you keep saying that you look at the data of other Ducati riders to become a better rider. In what way do you think you have become a better rider this year?
I would say both, because it's quite a long time that I've not achieved a victory. I think was July or August, was in Silverstone. But also the tough times that I achieved this year. It's short times, it's 4 races, but you know, when you won the championship, you always want to fight again for the championship. And for me, it was tough to accept that I was happy to finish 7th in Austin, because I improved a lot my race, my pace from the previous year. We have not made a massive improvement on the bike. We know how is going on. So, of course, it's tough for me to see the team applauding me for P7. In my mind, P7 is not good. But I was happy. And but today, to fight for the victory again was something special, something really emotional, because I have always said that I will fight the same if it's P1, P5, or P10. And today, of course, for P1 was much more fun, and that's why I get that emotional.
A question for Aleix.
Wait.
I need
Wait.
to.
Aleix.
No, espera. We have to wait for the Zarco question about Ducati data.
So I try to improve the braking area because it's the strong point of the Ducati, and last year Pecco was using it really, really well, and I'm improving on that way, so that's good. But as we can see, depend the track, sometimes it's another rider that takes an advantage, and when we analyze the data, it's almost nothing, but this almost nothing on 15 corners makes a lot at the end of the lap, and even more at the end of the race. But trying to use well the strong point of the bike, then when you understand it, result can come.
Question for Aleix. Aleix, Aprilia obviously improved a lot this year, but you are looking on Sunday every time stronger and stronger, and you are second behind 2 guys that they share the first position in the championship. Is something that you expected in the beginning of the year?
No, not at all. I mean, we are on the fight for this championship after race 5. That's for sure. Just 3 points from the last year champion Fabio. So I expect to have a high level this year, but maybe not that much. I think I'm riding in a good level, but I think I also ride in a good level last year. But you need to have a competitive bike, and this year Aprilia brings a very competitive bike, and it suits really my riding style. I prove it that I'm strong with this bike this year. So sincerely, no pressure. I'm not thinking with the championship. I'm super relaxed, enjoying a lot this moment. It took all my career to reach this level, so now I just want to enjoy, race. I hope we can race every weekend to have fun, because you know it's fantastic to feel that you are that fast on track. It's amazing to catch the guys in front of you every race. So just trying to enjoy and keep the momentum.
Simon Patterson from the race. Fabio, do Do results like today make deciding your future easier?
No.
Easy.
I am in Kimi mode.
Lewis Duncan, Autosport. Congratulations, guys. I also have a question for you, Fabio. The other Yamaha riders have talked about how you've had more experience with this bike, so you understand it better, and you understand you know how to get a good base setup from the Yamaha. Do you feel that's the case? Is the Yamaha quite particular to find a strong base setup, and or are you just able to ride around the bike's problems better than the other guys?
I jump on the MotoGP and on the Yamaha the same year as Franco, so I don't know why I have more experience than him on the bike. For me, it's quite clear that many riders, let's say, think that we miss rear grip. It's not true. We can see out of the last corner, I will never overtake Johann if I didn't have grip. Of course, if you ask all the riders in the grid what they want is rear grip because we go faster. And what is missing is the top speed, but I mean, our bike is fantastic. If I need to say something about what I can improve, apart of the top speed today, I don't know. I don't know because we had a lot of turning, braking stability was good, so for me the bike is working super good. But it's true that when you have in Argentina a long straight, you need to make kind of V corners, you are lost because you can make corner speed, you can make round turn, and this is why we are struggling so much, and you use much more the tire, so then you think it's the rear grip, but basically it comes all from the top speed.
David on track off-road. For you again, Fabio, talking about the other riders, it's obvious that you are a long way ahead of them. It seems also that this is a mental thing. You know what you have, and you ride what you have, and you get everything out of yourself rather than worrying about what you can get out of the bike. How do you do this? How do you approach this?
To be honest, in Austin, before to start the race, you know it's tough to know that you will not fight for the victory. Because my pace was good, was great, was not the best, but was good. And I start the race and say, look, whatever the position is, I will give my 100%. And this is what I do. And I finish P7. Like I said before, I'm not super happy with P7. But I've made my best. And I know that in 2019 or 20, when I was going down at all. And this year and last year, when I was going down, I always tried to fight back to finish on P7, P8, or P9, like if it was for the podium. So I think this is why I make a massive change during last year in Jerez when I had the arm pump. I finished 13, but 13 is 3 points. And at the end, 3 points, like the 3 races we made, 9th in Qatar, 8 in Argentina, 7 in Austin, and we are in the lead in the championship. So I think these kind of races that you are disappointing, at the end of the year, it pays off.
Nikki Kovács from Nemzeti Sport Online Motor Review Hungary. One for you, Aleix. And if you don't mind, I will change the topic. Because your first reaction to this accident, we don't exactly know what happened, how much you trained, etc. If you could tell me, because I saw your reactions, and also what you suggest to the riders you help or used to help, to the young riders, in a situation like this when it's starting to rain, you know, how to handle the situation, when to stop, and stuff like that.
It's very difficult to manage this situation, very difficult. But we were just commenting that for the riders, I mean, it's very difficult to ride with the slicks on the rain, very difficult. And when you see that it's raining a little bit, on behind the camera, sitting on the seat, you can say, it's not so much raining, maybe we can wait one more lap. Yeah, but you cannot, because it's very dangerous. We are not sitting behind the sofa with a bottle of water. We are risking, you know. So maybe sometimes we have to put the red flag a little bit earlier, because look like we have to wait for a big injury or something big to happen, and we can prevent a little bit before.
Okay, I think that's all of our questions. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the Prosecco and hasta Jerez.